we were hosting Bob Asogi, who couldn't talk. He reserved his voice for just 1 hour of his speaking voice, right? So I asked him, so Bob, what would you say to a young leader like me leading a youth ministry? So he turned to me and he just wrote in his notepad, raise up lovers of God. That formed, I think, part of the first iteration of the vision statements that we had to transform indifferent teenagers into passionate lovers of God. And I think that vision is still very relevant that a teenager may come in indifferent towards their parents, towards life, towards school, towards everything, right? God. But through us, we can transform every indifferent teenager into a passionate lover of God. Because I believe when you love God, you will love your parents, you will love what you do, you will love people, and you will love life. And that is how we can address the issue of depression and suicide. And I think the secret sauce, to living a full life is to have God's love permeating every part of your life. So of course I didn't know that in those days. All I did was to respond to what Bob wrote, raise up lovers of God. After every service, you will see cells gather or zones gather in their respective groups, and you will see leaders giving pep talk. And they'll be like, "Come on, we have to go for God," and or they'll sing birthday songs, whenever someone has a birthday. To me that was enjoyable. I just love seeing groups form, and to me that's what being a youth ministry is really about, where everyone is is caring for and connecting with one another. So and I think that's how leaders were raised also. So they were learning how to talk, learning how to lead in their respective groups. Just go for the harvest. Especially in times like this, where there are needs all around us, right? It's very easy for us to forget that the harvest is white. Like what Jesus said, don't say that there are still 4 months. The harvest is now. It's white unto harvest. The harvest for Janice are still in the schools. Go for the big days, have the cell group outreaches, school outreaches in the schools. At the same time, when it comes to prayer meetings, when it comes to those events that require you to just let your hair down, your knees down on the floor, and just seek God for your generation. I think that is, I would say, the reason why the youth ministry grew, why the youth ministry is sustained, and what will make generations great in the long run. So it's go for God. Remember to be hungry for the Lord, but also the harvest of souls, right? Keep growing. I believe youth is not the leaders of tomorrow. Youth is the leaders of today. We saw that in the youth ministry. We saw how 16 years old can actually give a decent Bible study to a 13 years old, and how 17 years old can lead others in worship. So keep doing that and keep confounding the imagination of the old, and show them what a hungry, passionate, honorable, humble young person can do for the Lord.